That being said, it is uncomfortable. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Man, is it nice to be out right now. October, mid-October, still beautiful weather. We're supposed to get up to plus 19 today. I absolutely love this October weather in Vancouver. Ugh. Sheesh. In this episode, I want to do a long-term review on my Sargent seat. When I bought this motorcycle, if you guys don't remember, if you guys haven't seen that video, the first thing that I complained about was the rock-hard seat that this bike came with. I understand it, I get it. BMW wanted to make more of a track bike, but the seat was absolutely horrible. I couldn't ride more than 30 minutes at a time, and the whole purpose of getting a naked bike was to be a little more comfortable. So I started looking at all kinds of alternatives. The first thing that I looked at was Ripple underwear, and I started wearing those a little bit. They're basically just cycling shorts, nothing crazy. They actually said cycling shorts on them, which is hilarious because they're motorcycle underwear. They were fine. I did a review on them. I gave them a bit too high of a rating, like for the $30 or whatever the hell they cost. Sure, they're fine, but it wasn't enough, and I wanted an upgrade. So I started looking into aftermarket seats for this bike, and the two options that came up was Sargent and Corbin. The problem with Corbin was it took 8, 9, 10 weeks. It took a long time to really get your seat in stock because it's all custom made, super premium. I think Corbin's probably a better seat than Sargent. The reason why I'm saying that is because I have a minor defect with my Sargent seat. It's not the end of the world. It's a cosmetic thing, and I'll get to that a little bit later in the video. I'll actually pull over and show you guys the small defect that's bugging the hell out of me, because I want this bike to look absolutely perfect. I've spent a ton of money on it, and I want it to be like a show bike, you know? That being said, I went with Sargent because Sargent seats were about a week to get. They were already made, ready to go, and it only took a little over a week to get my seat, and I needed a comfortable seat right now because I actually wanted to start riding the damn bike, and I just couldn't put up with the stock seat that this comes with. And if you're riding track like I did a few videos ago, if you guys haven't seen that video, if you guys want to see me be an idiot on track and crash my M1000R, check that video out. I'll put it like up here somewhere. Check that video out. But when I went to the track, I brought this bike as well, and I put the stock seat back on because it's a lot more narrow. It's a lot more orientated to the track to get your butt over. You don't want a big wide ass seat at all when you're on the track. So I made a review on the Sargent seat right in the beginning of the summer here. Right after I got it, I'd only had one ride on the thing. I'd only sat on it a few times, and I gave it a pretty high rating. It was a significant difference over the stock seat. This one kind of cradles your butt, but I do have a few complaints with this seat. Now that I've had it all summer, I went on some pretty damn long rides. I've done the Duffy Loop, which is about an 8-hour-ish day. I think it's 600 kilometers. It takes about 8 hours to do the whole thing if you're stopping for lunch and all that good stuff. And I also rode it down to the States, past Mount Baker, all that kind of stuff. If you guys are from the area, you know where Winthrop is. It's an absolutely amazing ride. I highly suggest riding down to Winthrop. It's like Sea to Sky, which is in Vancouver, but an hour and a half long. It's absolutely amazing. I cannot recommend going to Winthrop enough. The views are amazing, the roads are amazing, good twisties the whole way there. Absolutely incredible. So I've had two major rides on this, and I've got about 5,000 kilometers on this bike right now. So having 5,000 kilometers on this bike, I think I've got enough seat time with the Sargent seat to really make a long-term review. So right away, I'm gonna get this out. I love this seat. I think it's a major improvement over the stock seat. No question there. That being said, it is uncomfortable in certain positions. I have horrible body position, and I like to sit right up at the front here, and the seat is absolutely uncomfortable. The most uncomfortable seat you've ever sat in, when you're choked right up against the gas tank because I'm not riding properly. So you gotta actually sit back in this thing properly and actually sit in the seat for it to cradle your tuchus. Once you're sitting back in this seat, the seat's absolutely incredible. Major upgrade over the stock seat. I can't say that enough. That being said, if anyone has a Corbin seat, let me know down in the comments. I absolutely want to know so bad. if that seat's better. How much better is the build quality on that? It's quite a bit more money, so I'm only going to assume that it is a better seat, but I don't have one here to review. If somebody in the comments in Vancouver has a Corbin seat on a sports bike, let me know down in the comments. I would absolutely love to make a review, try both out, see which one I like better. I won't be able to do a long-term review on the Corbin seat, but at least I'll be able to see the quality difference, because like I said earlier, this seat has a bit of a defect. It's a cosmetic thing and it's driving me a little bit nuts. I would buy this seat again and I would recommend it to you guys if you guys are in the market for a Sargent seat. It's incredible. We're gonna pull over a little bit up here and really show you guys the defect that I'm talking about, show you guys with the nice Sony camera so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about with this minor defect, so that you guys can see exactly what this seat looks like after sitting in it for 5,000 kilometers. So like I said earlier, I probably wouldn't recommend this seat for the track. It's really wide. It's just that much extra. You got to get your tuchus out to really get your knee out to really get the corner going. I wouldn't use this on the track. So the nice thing is, if you want to hit the track, it's one bolt, pop off this seat, put the stock one back on, you're good to go for the track. Also, you'll notice I've only got the one mirror on right now. I was too lazy to put that mirror on after coming back from the track. I actually have CRG mirrors on order right now. They should be here any day. I cannot wait to get rid of these disgusting things. I will make a complete review video on the CRG mirrors. I've got some cool Rhino bar ends coming for those as well. They're weighted. I'm hoping it takes a little bit of the buzz out of the handlebars and really makes a big difference. Coming soon to a YouTube video near you. All right, we're gonna pull over just up here so that I can show you guys the minor defect with this seat here. If you guys seen my first review video, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, this is the defect I'm talking about right there. It's completely visible on camera. This little ripple right there is not happening on my stock seat. I think it looks absolutely horrible for a $650 seat. Stuff like that should not be happening. I just don't think the material was actually secured underneath tight enough to make that ripple. Aside from that, I do love the blue stripe along here. I think it matches my bike pretty perfectly. I think everything about this seat is absolutely beautiful, except for this ugly little ripple right there. I know I'm being nitpicky, but when you're spending $650 on a seat, you expect it to be perfect. While we're in this area, let's do a little chicken strip check here. I definitely need some new tires. These things are almost at the wear bar right here, and they're feeling a little greasy, but yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So aside from that minor little defect, I'm absolutely in love with this seat. I would highly recommend this Sargent seat to anybody that wants a more comfortable sports bike seat, because we all know the new bikes that are coming out are absolutely horrendous when it comes to comfort and riding. They're not meant to be comfortable. I get it, it's a sports bike, but at the same time, you want to take your bikes on a little bit longer rides. Get a Sargent seat. And if anybody in the comments has a Corbin seat, let me know down in the comments, because I'm super curious if I wasted my money on a Sargent seat and I should have held out the 6 weeks it takes to get a Corbin seat. With that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Tell your uncle, your aunt, your grandma, your grandpa that I did a Sargent seat, a long-term review on Sargent. Goodbye.